Hi, I watched Kamisama no Ekohiiki, and here's my review. Amano Yashiro gets hit by a car right after he confessed his feelings to his childhood friend Nanahara Kenta. Because of God's favoritism, he gets to come back, but as a woman. I started this drama because it was recommended to me in the first place. I actually never heard of it before. This person recommended it to me. So first, I was a bit worried about the gender swap because it's marketed, if I can say, as a BL. So of course when we get a gender swap, you can worry how it's going to work out. But it does work out. It's pretty well done. So if you're actually worried about this as well and you haven't watched it, then I would suggest you to not be worried about this. It's really no concern at all on the drama. It took me a second actually to get used to the acting of the actors, especially the two young men acting in there. First, at the beginning of the first episode, I was a bit taken aback by the acting. I'm not sure exactly, I can't pinpoint exactly what was the problem exactly with their acting, but it was feeling a bit weird, but it does lessen as the drama goes on, and Amano is actually a girl for a big part of the drama, and I think the actress plays very well. For a Japanese drama that takes place in high school with high school students, it's actually pretty mature in my opinion. If you've watched the drama, you're probably gonna understand what I mean by that. But if you haven't watched it, they actually talk about a lot of things and they mention a lot of things, I think, that we don't usually get in Japanese high school dramas. At least, yeah, not in a drama version, because I know it does happen in manga versions. But drama is actually my first time because yeah, usually high school is a moment where it's all pure, all joy, and yeah, especially I want to emphasize pure, the pure side, but on this it's a lot more mature. And actually, I was not really expecting it. First, because I don't expect this from a Japanese drama that takes place in high school in the first place. And second, because the poster and the beginning of the drama don't make it obvious that it's going to be this mature and touching, if I can say. So yeah, it's actually a surprise that it turns out to be this deep and mature. Lastly, if you haven't watched this drama, the only little thing I want to add is if you decide to watch the drama, please pay attention to the opening. It is really, really pretty. The song isn't that bad either, but visually, the opening is really good. Alright, so this is another case of body swap done right. It's, however, pretty different than what I'm used to. Usually it's done in a bit of a comic way, and in this case it's not at all. It's taken very seriously, it goes very deep, and it's also very touching, because usually when you body swap, the characters don't really have this feeling of urgency of wanting to change back because they have a solution to turn back into who they were. As in this one, it's not. They have to live with what they chose to do. So it's very different, and it gives a whole new perspective on the genre actually that I've never seen before. To my personal taste, I think maybe it was a bit too melodramatic for me. I like my stories to be a bit more light or have more light moments. It can be very deep and even very dark, but I need some light moments, and this drama doesn't give you many. They do, but not enough compared to how melodramatic and sad it can be sometimes. But honestly, it's very props to them for doing this genre, this ID in such a different way that I don't think many people have seen before. And actually, strangely, it doesn't surprise me that it's actually Japanese, that the drama that would do it differently would be Japanese. But because of this, because it's a bit too sad and too serious for me sometimes, that's why I couldn't give it better grade, I guess. And also because sometimes, maybe it's just for me, but some scenes are very long. Sometimes nothing happens and a scene goes on for a really, really long time. And maybe it's just me, but sometimes it was a bit too much. It really dragged a bit on the drama. Other than that, what can I say? Well, very touched actually when the god disappeared. I didn't think I was going to be touched, but I almost cried. So I was touched. It was a very touching moment, especially since, yeah, like he kept saying, it was their choice. It's them who wanted this, and they ended up regretting, sure, but it was still their choice in the first place, and yeah, just granted their choices. Anyway, a bit of a sad moment there, and okay, I'm honestly pretty certain I was not alone on this, but I didn't know who I wanted to ship in this drama. Of course, I went in expecting a BL, so of course I was kind of shipping to the two young guys together. But since we don't know them that much at the beginning before he gets to turn into a woman, I pretty quickly started to ship the two girls together instead of the two guys, especially since for a little while we see Kenta under quite a bad light, actually. I want to say he doesn't seem like such a good guy at all, while his ex actually is so cute and so sweet. So yeah, for a long time I shipped them, and then we get to see a bit more of Kenta and Yashiro together, and then I kind of started shipping them really for the first time, but at the same time I was rooting for the two girls, so I knew it was a drama. I was not going to be 100% satisfied with the outcome of the ships. But I still enjoyed it, and I'm very glad that at the end of the day they didn't turn the ex-girlfriend into a bad and mean girl, because it's like she had one real opportunity, but I could see this. She has many opportunities to change things. I mean, she's the one who reveals that Kenta is in love as well to Yashiro. So things could have turned very bad with her if she had not been someone very decent and very nice. So yeah, props to her. Also, the actress is so beautiful. Wow. But yeah, that's already everything I have to say about this drama. It's quite short, so I don't have that much to say. If you haven't watched this drama, I absolutely recommend it. I think you're going to like it. Like I said, I think it's gender swap done well, and also done in a different way than we usually see, and I think it's worth a try, just to see how it turns out when it's done differently in a more deep and touching way. If you've watched this drama, don't hesitate to tell me your own thoughts about it, and if you were a bit like me and having mixed feelings about everyone, and you know what I mean. So don't hesitate to tell me in the comments, and with this I see you in the next video. Bye bye!